I welcome all the participants for the 3-day workshop on multi-criteria decision making methods, which is purely online. In this workshop, you will have to learn two weight criteria methods and three decision making methods, especially analytical hierarchy process, one of the important weight criteria method. The other one is Shannon entropy, and three MCDM methods known as gray relation analysis and Topsys and Mura method. So we will have one by one. So this workshop will be in such a way that why we have considered it is for the 3 days means you have to practice whatever the content which you have given in the videos by using the software and the video lectures, so that once if you practice, you can able to know how you can able to apply these methods to your domains or to your problems, research problems. The main intention behind this one is it is totally a hands-on session workshop. You have to watch the video, pause it, practice it, watch the video, pause it, practice it. So this will give some good insights how we can able to apply these kinds of methods to our research problems. Let's one more time I will welcome all the participants from various domains in the field of sciences, engineering and management to this 3-day online multi-criteria decision making methods workshop. So, introduction to decision making methods. Here, this multi-criteria decision making method is one of the subfield of operations research. So in the category of operations research, if you try to go, not only in the case of industrial engineering, operations research is used in everywhere. For example, if I need to procure something, I need to have some kind of input with me, like what I need to buy and where I have to buy and what is the mode of buying. All this comes under the category of some kind of collection of items. So whenever this collection of items are there and we are having multiple cases of things we need to procure, then there is a option we can able to fetch this one. And this is talking about the word called as optimization here. So optimization means, I think in every field, whether it may be a science or whether it may be engineering, without the usage of the word optimization, we cannot conclude it, because at any cost we have to say it is a minimized or it is a maximized. So definitely these two terms we are going to be using in every field, and this is called as a tool for decision making. So here the decision maker, he will consider more than one attribute. For example, I need to do some experiment in chemical engineering lab. So for this particular thing, in considering the experiment what I am going to be do, I will try to look with multiple kinds of attributes, like what kind of chemicals I have to mix, what is the output I have to get, and what is the vessels I have to use for this making this particular experiment. Like this, multiple number of attributes will be there. So here there will be alternatives also. So alternative means for what will be my output. So like that, decision maker normally chooses alternatives and attributes. So here in terms of a definition, the MCDM technique is to provide help and guidance to decision maker in discovering his or her most desired solution to the problem. It will give best desired solution to this particular problem in terms of guidance. And here it is this MCDM solution is the most preferred solution, because we will see some examples, very interesting examples we will see. So there we can able to observe it very clearly. So once again I am saying that this is irrespective of any specific field we can able to apply it. Okay, I am not talking about only one specific field. So here I will take the examples in multiple areas. Next, So introduction to decision making methods. So decision making process. So basically we will have some kind of objectives. So I need to purchase a car. That is my objective. I need to purchase some automobile. So for purchasing automobile, why I have to purchase the automobile? I will have some kind of a problem because it will be a large amount of clumsy traffic jams will be there, and a large amount of pollution will be there if it is not a closed enclosure. So that I need some kind of a closed enclosure. So I need some automobile, and here I have to get some alternatives. So alternatives means multiple car brands or multiple automobile brands will be there, and evaluating means my objective should be whether I can able to procure that one or not. So like that I can evaluate the alternatives, and from evaluating the alternatives I will choose the best alternative. After choosing the alternative I will go for implementation it. So after implementation I will try to decide. So this is a routine one again. Again I will go for the new objective. Same, take the problem, find the alternatives, evaluate alternatives, choosing alternatives. So this is a process. So once we complete this one, we will go for the next thing. So here the classification of decision making methods. So basically this decision making methods classified into three basic categories. So one among that one is traditional method. So this traditional method is having again two subclassifications. One is certainty decision making, the other one is uncertainty decision making. And in the main classification we have one more thing called as fuzzy. So fuzzy is having again two things. One is individual decision making, the other one is group case of fuzzy decision making, and another one is multi criteria. Generally if we try to refer, we will have only two categories: traditional decision making and multi criteria. Even this fuzzy also sometimes we will club in multi criteria itself. So again this multi criteria is divided into two categories. One is multi objective decision making, the other one is multi attribute decision making. So this objective is also having various kinds, like various methods are there. Now we are concentrating on multi-attribute decision making. So here it is having two classifications. One is value measurement, the other one is outranking methods. So we will concentrate morely on these cases only. Our concentration is on to multi-attribute decision making and how it is value measurement and how it is outranking. So we will concentrate here only. Next. So what are the terminology used in MCDM methods? So here coming to the point of terminology talks about what are the various kinds of words which I am using in this entire analytical hierarchy process explanation. So the first one word is attributes. So attributes are nothing but some of the key indicators which are going to solve our problem. So as I am saying that for purchasing of an automobile, what are the key criteria I will consider? I will consider the cost of the car. So that will be acting as a key attribute. So next, criteria. So criteria is also a sub classification of attributes only, like what should be my main aim. Next, alternatives, like what are the various types of car models I am having. Next, goals. So after making this one, what is my major goal? What I have to get succeeded? Next, decision matrix. So here decision matrix is a group of values which we are having with us. So based upon this one, we are going to decide our thing. So I am having a set of alternatives. For example, say 10 alternatives I am having, and 5 attributes I am having. So I will get some values here. So these values are talking about the decision matrix. I will discuss about these things in detail in the coming sessions. Next one, rank. So I have to decide that which is the best, because my objective is ranking. In the earlier slide, I have discussed that multi-attribute, value measurement, and ranking, outranking. So here, what will be the rank? Next one is normalization. So normalization is the term which is used for in various kinds of mathematical equations to reduce the numbers. I will discuss about this normalization in detail during solving of our problems. So why we have to use the normalization? Normalization means we will try to make the particular value in between 0 to 1. Why we will discuss in the problems. So MCDM methods. What are the various kinds of MCDM methods? Among them, the first one is analytical hierarchy process, and second one is technique of order preference for similarity to ideal solution. So there are many methods, multi-objective optimization of ratio analysis. These three are the things which we are discussing in this workshop. Next one, weighted product method, weighted summation method, electric elimination and choice of reality, demetal decision making, evaluation, trial evaluation laboratory. So on, there are around 20 to 30 decision making methods are there. The thing is, we have to choose the method in such a way that it should be solving our problem, because one method may give best result, one method may not give the best result. So that depending upon the decision maker, he can choose. So here we will concentrate majorly on three methods. So we will try to discuss these three methods here. So later we will go with the remaining methods in the upcoming workshops. Next we will just step into the analytical hierarchy process. So this analytical hierarchy process was proposed by Satie in the year 1980, which is very popular and applied in wide varieties, including planning, selection. So whenever we are going for planning of the things, whenever we are going for selection of the best alternative, resource allocation, not this one, the AHP is applied in engineering, management, social sciences. So strategic decisions like facility locations in management, merger and acquisition, research and development project selection, information technology outsourcing decisions, national decisions like software selection, laptop selection, supplier selection. So for example, a manufacturing company is there, they have to select some suppliers. So maintenance is there, logistics is there, benchmarking is there, engineering education is there. Many more applications are there for this AHP. It is not restricted. So what are the various steps in AHP? As referred by Satie, I am taking from a revised version of this Satie paper. So developing a model for the business, whatever the business it may be. Business in the sense, it's like some kind of an application. Next, deriving the priorities like weights or the criteria for our particular problem. Next, consistency check, whether the weights assigned by us is correct or not. That is the most important thing in the AHP process. We will have a consistency check. We will have a validation whether we have applied it correctly or not. And next one is deriving the overall priorities like model synthesis and final decision, like which is the best thing and which is the worst thing. Like that, we have to identify. So these are the four crucial steps. First one is a model. The second one is priorities. The third one is the consistency check, and the fourth one is deriving the overall priorities. Next, first one thing, we have to develop a model. So for developing a model, we need to have some kind of analogy here again. So for making a model, three important things are required. One is focus, means what is our objective, what is our goal, what is our major aim. And the second one is a criteria. So criteria are attributes, what we are having with us. Next one is alternatives. So for choosing that particular objective, what are our alternatives which we are having with us? So now in this lecture, we will concentrate on the objective and criteria and alternatives, how we are going to be selected. So this focus or the goal or the objective, whatever it may be. Here, my objective is purchasing a automobile, four-wheeler, a car I need to be purchased, a beautiful car which is going to be look like this. So in this car purchasing, now you remember yourself, what will be the criteria of selecting a car? Basically, you will try to look, the first most important criteria is cost. Is it or not? Cost you will try to look over it or not? Yes, definitely you will look. Next one is safety of the car. So if the car is going at high speeds, whether the persons who are driving are inside the car, whether they are, if they meet with some kind of an accident, their life should be in a good mode. So they will try to think like that also. Next one is comfort. Comfort, whether we are comfortably sitting in the car or not. For all purposes, it is comfort or not. And the last one is the mileage. So mileage, basically we will give somewhat less preference only nowadays. But earlier days and all, people are used to talk about the mileage also, because of the burning prices of oil prices, people talk about the mileage also. And alternatives. Alternatives will be what? Alternatives will be multiple types of cars which are available in the market. So for example, if I take, there may be car 1 like this, car 2 like this, car 3 like this. Now in this in our problem which I am showing this one, I have an objective purchasing a car, and I have a criteria, 4 criteria I am having: cost, safety, comfort and mileage. And alternatives I am having 3. Let me go into the second. So deriving the priority weights for the criteria. So we are having 4 criteria: cost, comfort, safety and mileage. So these are our attributes. So in this terminology I will use criteria or attributes, both are same. Criteria, attribute, both are same. Cost, comfort, safety, mileage, these are my 4 criteria. So for this particular criteria, SATI has developed some kind of a fundamental scale. See here I will discuss about what is this scale is about. So all odd numbers are there, 1, 3, 5, 7. One talks about equal importance. 2 activities contribute equally. It indicates that 2 attributes contribute equally. For example, if I am trying to compare cost to cost, then both are same only. Moderate importance over first another. So experience and genuine strongly favor over an activity. 5 scale is essential, more importance. 7th is very strong importance. 9 is extreme importance. And in between there, in between every strong importance and extreme importance, if I have some more cases, it is not, it is more very important as well as it is not that much extreme importance, then I can able to give 8 value. In between middle values also I can able to give, where compromise is not necessary. So this is the scale which SATI has been developed. So depending upon this SATI scale, we are going to go for in the second step, we are going to do the pairwise comparison like this. Now we have to consider the table like this. Pairwise means what? So here the attributes are there. We are comparing with cost to cost, safety to safety, comfort to comfort, mileage to mileage. So when we compare like this, almost all cost to cost means what? It is a equal importance. We will get one only. Similarly for safety to safety, comfort to comfort, mileage to mileage also we will get all ones only. So like that we will get a 4x4 matrix now. So now I have to compare cost over safety. So basically whenever I am considering with the cost criteria in purchasing of an automobile, I will try to prefer cost to safety or safety to cost, anything. So I will prefer safety as my major comparing to the cost. So I will give more importance to the safety. That's why I have given 7. Similarly, when I will go for cost to safety means, then it will be reciprocal. Then it will be reciprocal like this, 1/7. So when cost is compared, when safety is compared to the cost, safety has been given more preference to the cost. That's why I have taken it as a 7. Next, when I compare comfort to the cost, even in the comfort to the cost also, I will give more importance to the comfort, not to the cost. So it will become 5. Similarly, cost to comfort, it will become 1/5, reciprocal. Next, mileage to the cost. So mileage to the cost, I am not going to have a high importance. I am giving somewhat less important. That's why the score will be 3 here. Whereas cost to mileage, I am giving high score. Like I will give some more importance. Then it will become reciprocal, 1/3. So like that. So it may vary for your problems. You have to decide, because you are the decision maker to decide what should be the AHP. Next, when I compare safety to the comfort, so safety and comfort, I will give more weightages to the safety only. So safety is important, then comfort. So like that it is given 2. When comfort to safety I am giving, it will become automatically 1/2 here. Next, safety to the mileage. So I'll give more, safety is more important than mileage. That's why I have given 3. When I compare mileage to safety, it is not that much important, though it will become reciprocal. Next, comfort to mileage. So comfort to mileage also, comfort I am giving more preference. So mileage will be 3. Similarly, mileage to comfort will be, it will be exactly reciprocal. Means strong importance, very importance, high importance, like that I have to decide this one. Now, whatever this the matrix which we have given here, whether it is correct or not, we have to decide it. So for this one, so this matrix we will consider it as a A1 matrix. In our problem solving, we will consider this one as a A1 matrix. Our first step is to assign the criteria. Third step is to check the consistency also. So here A1 matrix is like this. What I will do is I will try to have a multiplication like this: 1 into 1 divided by 7 into 1 divided by 5 into 1 divided by 3 to the power of 1 divided by 4. What is 4? 4 is number of attributes. So all the criteria to the power of 1 divided by n, that is criteria. I'll get the cost like this. Similarly, for safety also, 7 into 1 into 2 into 3 whole divided by 1 divided by 4, I'll get this value 2.54. For comfort also, 5 into 1 divided by 2 into 1 into 3 whole power 1 by 4, I'll get 1.6549. Similarly, for mileage, 3 into 1 divided by 3 into 1 divided by 3 into 1 to the power of 1 divided by 4, I'll get 0.7594. So this is for mileage. Next, if I try to sum all these things, 0.3 plus 2.4 plus 1.6 plus 0.759, I'll get sum as 5.2728. This is the sum of this A1 matrix, or not A1 matrix, this is the total sum. Now, in the second step, from the sum, what I have to do is I have to make the total sum. I have to divide it with the individual value. So individual value with respect to cost, with respect to safety, with respect to comfort, with respect to mileage, I have to individually divide it by, so that I will get some values like this: 0.059, 0.4528, 0.3128, 0.144. So I am dividing this value with this value, I'll get here. This value with this value, I'll get here. This value with this value, like this. And this matrix is going to be termed as a weight or A2 matrix. Weight or A2 matrix. And here the sum should be definitely equal to 1. All this sum here should be definitely equal to 1. It will be almost equal to 1 or 0.9999, like that. Next. So now we have attained the weights here. Whether the weights are correct or not, how we have to decide? Because I am saying that I'll give more cost. I am giving very least preference, because in the previous comparison table also we have seen that cost we are not preferring that much. Then safety we are giving more preference. Comfort we are giving somewhat less. Then mileage we are giving some more less. So like that, these weights has been assigned, like 48% safety, 31% to comfort, 14% to mileage, 5% to cost. Like that, I have given some weightages here. Now these weightages are correct or not? So Sati has been given one of the beautiful explanation here. So consistency check has to be done. So whether the assigned weights are correct or not. Here let me go with a simple analogy. Suppose I am traveling with that particular car in a rural area. I basically choose that comfort should be high. Then I will try to multiply that one with 2 if I am trying to choose that particular car in cities. Why? In the cities, I have to concentrate morely on the mileage, because large amount of time that car will be in the traffic like this, traffic jams like this. But when I try to choose those things in the highways, so highways basically I will go at a higher speed. My car should have a high safety, because if there is any kind of an accident also, there will be less amount of life risk. That is the reason. So when I am comparing with rural area to cities, I will try to go for high. Cities to highways, I will go for high. That's why I will get 4. So here 2 if I try to choose, and 3, definitely I will get the value as a 6. Like I am trying to concentrate on this rural area, this 3 categories, I will get 6. Now whenever I am going for identifying the safety and comfort in these values, I have to assign definitely 6 only. I should not assign 4 or 5 or 7. That is the reason whether how much inconsistency is acceptable. That will be a big question. How much inconsistency is acceptable? So for that one, we are having the formulas like this. How we have to check it? So A3 is equal to A1 multiplied by A2. So earlierly we have got 2 matrices. So depending upon the two matrices, we have to, I will show it. So we have got two matrices here. A1 is this one, A2 is this weights. So depending upon that one, how we have to go further. A3 is nothing but A1 matrix multiplied by A2 matrix. So A1 is 4 by 4 and A2 is 4 by 1. So we'll get the outcome matrix as 4 by 1 only. So multiply 1 into 0.5 plus 1 by 7 into 0.4 plus 1 divided by 5 into 0.3 plus 1 divided by 3 into 0.14. So we will get the A3 matrix like this. So this A3 matrix, we have to go for A4 matrix. A4 is equal to A3 divided by A2. So A3 is this one, A2 is this one. I will divide 0.239 divided by 0.059. So I'll get values like this, and at last I will get the matrix like A4 matrix like this. So now we have got four matrices, A1, A2, A3 and A4. A2 is for weights, A4 is the total value. Now by seeing this particular matrix, we can see that we can come to a conclusion that in this particular matrix, the values and all should be almost 4 only. Why? How many attributes or criteria we have chosen? We have chosen only 4: cost, safety, comfort and mileage. So here also the values will be in terms of 4 only, or it will be 4.999 or 3.999, like that it will be there. Okay, so this is most important step, A4 matrix. Next, measurement of inconsistency. So the A4 matrix which we have considered, here we have to take the average. So this average will become lambda max. So there is a formula for consistency index, lambda max minus n divided by n minus 1, where n is the number of criteria. So criteria is 4.0369 minus 4 divided by 4 minus 1. So here we will get 0.0213. So this is our value. Next, consistency index is 0.0213. Next, consistency ratio we have to calculate. So for calculation of consistency ratio, we have the formula consistency ratio is equal to consistency index divided by random index. So random index, how I will get? So random index has to be generated by this particular table. This also has been given by Sathi only. So here for 3 attributes 0.52, 4 attributes it is 0.89. So here in our category it is 0.89. So what I will do is consistency index is 0.0213 divided by 0.89. I will get the value as 0.02393. Now I have to check whether this value is less than 0.1 or not. Yes, absolutely this value is less than 0.1. If it is greater than 0.1, then definitely this consistency is not accepted. If it is less than 1 only, these weights are accepted. Otherwise, we have to reject these weights. Okay, so this is the most important step. After getting this value, we have to go for making whether it is consistent or not. So now by seeing the weights, what are the weights? A2 is my weights, that 5% for cost, 48% for safety, 34% for comfort. Like that, I have given some weights. That is that weights can be accepted. Next, now we are going to divide the overall priorities. Like we have to rank it. How we have to rank it? So this is our weights which we have calculated in the earlier process. Okay, for cost, safety and comfort, mileage, we have checked the consistency check also. Now this consistency check is correct. Next, now I am having the table like this. So I am having 3 alternatives. For each alternative, I am having cost of this particular car is 8 lakhs. Safety, this decision maker, they have taken on some safety scale 1 to 10 scale. They have given the norms as 4. Even for the comfort also, see here we are having 2 categories, quantitative and qualitative. Sometimes qualitative also we have to convert into quantitative. Qualitative means what? Very good, very best, very better, poor, fair, like that. That is qualitative. So that qualitative also we have to convert into quantitative. Then we will get the numericals like this. We can take any scale. So there are multiple literature available to take the scales. So we can take any of this particular scale and we can mention it like this. And here the mileage basically 17 kilometers per hour, 19.5, 21. These are the basic things. So this is the decision matrix. Okay, earlier I have discussed some terminology. This is our decision matrix. Now with this decision matrix, we have to decide how we have to choose our problem in the further steps. So here we are getting all these things. Now, why I am talking about the normalization here? See here, if you try to observe, cost is in somewhat lakhs, safety is in tens only, this mileage is also in tens only. So here it is difficult for the decision maker to make the decision. That's why we will try to consider all the values in between 0 to 1, in between 0 to 1. That is called as a normalization. Basically here I will try to check what cost as low as possible, means 6 lakhs only I will prefer. Safety, high safety I require, 4, I will prefer high safety. Comfort, high comfort I will prefer. Mileage, high mileage I will prefer. Now you can decide which car you will choose. You will say that this is having two things, so I will prefer car 2. No, the option is not like that. So cost compromisation we have done already, but your alternative should not be this one, no. So by seeing the problem only I can guess something. So in the decision making you have said that cost I am not giving more preference, but here in this particular table, if I see that two values are here, I can choose car 2. No, not like that. There is again some procedures to calculate that. So here we are identifying these things to locate how our decisions are going to be changed. Cost should be low, satisfy this one. So now by seeing this particular table, any decision maker, he may confuse because he cannot eliminate any option. Suppose he is concentrating on the mileage, he has to choose this car only, definitely, like that. Next, see here what I have done is here, this is the procedure for normalization. So whatever the value which we are having least here, that least divided by the first value. Okay, we'll get this one. Next, least divided by least 1. Least divided by 6 lakhs divided by 7 lakhs. I will get this value. So 0.75, 1 and 0.85. All these values in between 0 to 1. Like that, similarly for safety also, 4 divided by 4, 3 divided by 4, 2.5 divided by 4. I'll get these values. So like that for comfort and mileage also I have to observe and I have to take the values like this. So you can do it very easy. So here I have taken the denominator because it is higher value. Even here also denominator is higher value. Even here also the denominator is higher because I am choosing the attributes in such a way that the cost should be minimum, safety, comfort, mileage should be maximum. So this is my normalized matrix. I will get a matrix like this. So the matrix which I have taken here, okay, 0.9931, 0.867, all these matrix like this. And this is the weights which I have calculated in the A2 matrix. This is my synthesis model. Now what I have to do is I have to multiply the weights to the individual criteria. So for car 1, so 0.75 into weight plus 1 into 0.428 plus 0.93 into 3.138 plus 0.81 into 1448. I'll get some value. Similarly for car 2 also, 1 into 0.059 plus 0.75 into 0.4282. Next 1 into 0.31385, 0.93 into 1441. I'll get some value. Similarly for car 3 also the same thing, 0.86 into 0.059 plus 0.63 into 0.428, like this. Now by seeing these particular things, whichever is having the highest value, I can directly pick that value. So here the alternatives of car 1, car 2, car 3 are overall priority I'll get 0.9368, 0.88. Among this one, which is the best rank, you can 1, 2, 3 as the sequential we are getting. So definitely I have to prefer car 1. Why car 1? Because car 1 is having more safety, more comfort, more mileage. Even I don't worry about the cost, because cost I have given very least percentage in the weightage. If I give cost some more, maybe some other alternative I may get. That's why it is purely depending upon the decision maker. So next I will try to take the same values and I will try to do this one in the Excel so that you can also know these procedures. Okay.